Okay, Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu, rated PG-13, 2 hours and 12 minutes. Lucasfilm, this is a franchise science fiction directed by Jon Favreau, and it stars Pedro Pascal, Sigourney Weaver, and Jeremy Allen White. Do you remember the first time you saw Star Wars? Maybe you were lucky enough and old enough to have seen it in theaters. Do you remember The Empire Strikes Back and the assault on the planet Hoth? If you were a kid, do you remember the size of those AT-ATs and how massive they were? Yeah, well, The Mandalorian and Grogu isn't that, and we have to talk about it. But before we do, if you like this review and you want to see more, like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and if you want to go the extra mile, check out my Patreon page, where these reviews are sent right to your inbox hours or days before they make it to YouTube. Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu is a movie in the Star Wars universe following the characters from the Disney Plus show, The Mandalorian. I do not have Disney Plus and don't ever expect to. So this is my first introduction to these characters. If you're like me, after Disney desecrated Star Wars with The Rise of Skywalker in 2019, I really felt I needed to step away. Over the years, I don't think Star Wars still holds the same place in my heart as it did when I was a kid. But my whole childhood was Star Wars. From every Lego set I ever built to the few video games I ever played, Star Wars was the theme. Watching Rise of Skywalker was one of the single worst cinema experiences of my lifetime, on par with The Exorcist Believer or Melania. It's the type of movie that really ends credibility, and Disney at this point has pretty much destroyed every IP they own. From Indiana Jones to whatever dreck Marvel comes out with next. The opening 10 minutes of The Mandalorian and Grogu was previously released as marketing to hype the film up. I heard another critic, who I really like, say they did that because the opening 10 minutes are the best part of the film, and it just continues to dive down from there. Well, I don't know, man. If this opening 10 minutes are the best part of this or any film, you're already kind of doomed. For me, this opening wasn't even good. I cannot help but compare The Empire Strikes Back, which came out nearly 50 years ago and had a budget of $33 million. Even adjusted for inflation, that budget in 2026 is still $40 million less than the $166 million budget of The Mandalorian and Grogu, which objectively looks like garbage. It looks like a f***ing cartoon. Oh my god, if you know anything about this movie, you probably know about Grogu. Let's talk about him. Grogu is this cute little baby alien, whatever alien species Yoda was. Grogu is a puppet with a layer of CGI over him. The conversation around this film tells us everything we need to know. In a film loaded with creatures of all different shapes and sizes, I'm looking at you, Dragon Snake. The only memorable one anyone cares about is the one made with practical effects. Of course. Pedro Pascal as the Mandalorian. I'm not even sure where to begin. Hot take, he sucks. He delivers his lines like he is reading off a cue card. If his face is giving off any emotion, you can't tell because the character is wearing a helmet nearly the entire film. Blocking the audience from seeing the character's face creates this huge emotional barrier in trying to empathize with our protagonist. I felt nothing. I don't care. I hate him. The action, honestly, who cares? They're not doing any of it. It's all cartoons. They're not doing anything. I've heard some people defend the look of this film saying, well, it's for kids. Who's kids? This film is rated PG-13, and The Mandalorian is basically space John Wick without blood. It's a great introduction for kids. Yeah, if you want them to have brain damage, you want to know what a great introduction is for the kids? Star Wars A New Hope, which came out in 1979, or 8, or whatever. Show them 4, 5, and 6. Show them 1, 2, and 3, and then say Star Wars just ended after that. That's how we should just go forward. Okay, fine. We could let Rogue One slide, but we're still not welcome at the holidays. I've given up on Disney learning the right lessons. At this point, I just wish they would stop. Don't get me wrong, I love the Star Wars universe. It's beautiful. I would like to see it continue, but not if these are the people doing it. A cute puppet doesn't make a good movie. It makes a good plush toy. The Mandalorian and Grogu is just a 2-hour life suck that is just another tool for these studios to pump out more terrible merchandise and disrespect the fans that ever gave them the status that they have. It's terrible. 1 star.